Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Chris Mosman. Bringing you like a post YCS San Jose type of video. I didn't do too good there. I made it to day 2, but barely. I was off to a pretty good start. I was 3-0 after playing 2 X-Saber decks, and I 2-0'd both of those. And then I played a anti-meta type of deck. No, it was Absolute Zero. And I 2-0'd that as well. And round 4, I played my friend Oscar, and he was running Mechana Gadgets, and he beat me. He 2-0'd me, and I'm running Black Wings. It's just like standard Black Wings, pod dualities, but no warnings because I couldn't get any. But round 4. Yeah, round 4 I was 3-1. Round 5 I played against anti-meta again, okay, and it went to game 3. He got game 1. I came back and got game 2, game 3. I forgot how it happened. I'm trying to think. Anything special? No, all I just remember is game 2 he had Banisher on the field, and I had a hand of like Kalut, Blizzard, and he removed something, and he basically never allowed me to get Darks on the graveyard until I Icarus the Banisher away. I Icarus like Banisher and like some other monster, and he was running Burden of the Mighties. And game 3, I remember he opened turn 1 Kaiku to Burden of the Mighties, another back row pass, and I set Vayu, set Icarus, in case he had like an MST or something like that, and passed. Oh, and he was running Decrees too, so if he drew Decree, I was kind of screwed. So he attacks, I Icarus his 2 Burden of the Mighties. He removes my Vayu, that's fine. Next turn, I drop Thunder King, I think, and attack over the Kaiku. And he's left with like, I don't know, he sets a monster. I summon Shura, attack with Shura, get Gale, attack with Gale, and Thunder King, and I had the Icarus set. He didn't draw a Decree, thankfully. And I won that game. Then so that was round 5. Round 6, I'm 4-1, and I play against Andrew Taylor, and he's running like a Monarch, like Chaos Monarch type of deck with Trip, Celestia, Trip, Caius, Sorcerers, like it's like a Lightsworn engine, but to fuel Pot Avarice. And yeah, he ran Trip, Reckless Reeds, like Mask of Darkness, stuff like that. And he took game 1, I believe. And I came back and won game 2 with a Delta Crow. And he had 1 back row set. I had the Delta Crow and a monster. He sets 4 more back row because I'm about to swing for game, or I'm about to swing for close to game next turn. Yeah, I had game on board, and he sets 4 back row more. At end phase, I Delta Crow, wipe his field, and then he scoops. And next, we're shuffling, and we present each other's decks. We shuffle, and we're about to give them back to each other, and time is about to be called. So we flag a judge over and tell him, Judge, we're getting ready to go into time. We already like shuffled our decks, and he's like, okay, wait. And he turns around, the clock is at 0 now, so he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it with time on the clock. But when we stopped him, there's like 3 seconds on the clock, and he goes and tells the the scorekeeper to announce that time's up. So he comes back over. He's like, okay, what's the game count? We're like 1-1, going to game 3. He's like, okay, well then it's a draw. So we appeal for like 15-20 minutes, and we eventually try to appeal his ruling, and it doesn't work. It was because me and Andrew's story they were kind of different. Andrew, after the judge came over, he turned around and looked at the clock, and it was going back, like it was going like 24, 25, 26. So he didn't get to see the time going down. He thought he did, but he didn't. We clarified it after, but we had a whole bunch of witnesses, and they couldn't state that time was called after the judge stopped us. So yeah, so we both get a draw, and I win the next round against it was quick draw, I believe. Yeah, quick draw. And it was an epic, like, last turn in time situation again. And he ended up, he did something to me. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just know I won the last turn in time. That's all I remember. So going to day 2, I was 5-2-1. I was in like 91st place. I was like, okay, well, I have to win out and get help in order to day 32, or in order to top 32. Wasn't looking too good. So going to day 2, I play against the Natterai plant deck. Johnny Nadel, I think his name was, something like that. He's a pretty good player. It threw me off by surprise because I didn't really know what most of those cards did. I haven't played in a long time, so it just took me by surprise. And he got me game 1 with the Natterai shoot. I don't know. It was like it was a tribute 2000 attacker that, like, when it's on the field or something like that, when it attacks, I can't activate spell or traps or something like that. Yeah, he got me in like a lock. In game 2, I changed his appearance to his Natterai Pineapple, and he couldn't really do much. And I Nolmaned his Raikou, so that alone like shut his deck down. Game 3, he had, what do you have? He had Titanium on the board, and Consecrated Light going into last turn in time. I had 2,000 life points on him, so I set Blizzard pass. He was drawing to 2 in hand. He removes for Spore, that comes back. I think. No, he lone fires for Spore, I believe, and then he Foolish Burial for Dandy. One of the two. Yeah, for Dandy. And then tokens came, and then he made Armory Arm and tacked over my Blizzard that I set, and tacked for a game for with Titanium. So not a lot I could do. I mean, he had Consecrated Light. He got Titanium, and then next turn Consecrated Light me. I'm like, it's fine. I can't really do anything. I had a live Dad and Blizzard in hand, but that Consecrated Light when we're both top decking kind of hurt. So last round I'm X3 already, X3-1, and I play against Alright, I played against Dragons, I think day, was it? Oh no, I just remember playing against Dragons throughout the day, and I lost to it. It was the one that topped. William something, I think. I remember playing against Dragons. The last round I played against a regular plant. I played against Quick Draw, Danny Warrior, whatever it's called. So whatever round I said I played that, it was the Dragons. I got them confused. And last turn in time against Quick Draw, he had Junk Destroyer, 3 back row, and a set monster. He's been poking my face downs for the last 4 turns because I top draw. Drew monster set, drew monster set, drew monster set, drew monster set, and I end up having. Yeah, I had like a Sirocco in the graveyard. So I guess the reason he didn't attack my my value, or my face down, because he thought it was a value, I guess. But so he just sets a monster, sets a back row, and I have Delta Crow and an irrelevant card. It was like bottomless, something like that, set. And I set my Sirocco. I top Gale, summon Gale, Prio for half his Junk Destroyer. I'm at 54. He's at like 65 or 63. Something like he's at yeah, he's at 63. He's at like 900 more than me. So I Prio half his Junk Destroyer, flip. Or no. And then I Delta Crow his back row. He chains Trap Stun. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I flip my Sirocco. Synchro for red, Dragon Archfiend. I should have had Dot Roll in the Synchro deck, in the extra deck. And then I attack over his Junk Destroyer for game. And everybody was like, what the hell? And yeah, so I finished X3, won. I don't remember what place I got. I didn't really check. It was probably like 40th, something like that. But overall, my Blackwing deck is pretty good. Had a lot of fun. I played a side event, day 2, the Winamat. I won that. And then I played a whole bunch of people for cards and stuff. But yeah, that was my YCS San Jose kind of like mini report, like how I did. I'll have a video of what I ran, like my deck list for Blackwings, and then I'll probably update a trade binder sometime within the next week. So stay tuned for those. Make sure you guys subscribe to my videos, and I should have links to videos of some of my games I played at the YCS. I didn't have my camera. Some other people filmed some of my games. So stay tuned for those guys. That's about it. So until next time, see you guys.